surprise shone light from distant northern skies. At that point, I realized I don't know where it comes from, but I know it's okay. This is all an illusion, and I'm willing to play.
Welcome to the Quantum Guide Show, interviews with awakened masters as they share their quantum work with you. The Quantum Guide Show is produced by Karen Holton, creator of the 9 Steps to Quantum Health Transformation, a free 9-step online course to give you the tips and resources you need to thrive. Karen lost and continues to keep off 178 pounds of surplus body weight as she made her dreams come true. Whether you are awakening to the ascension process or simply want a wiser, more efficient lifestyle, this program is for you. No strings attached. The Quantum Guide Show is brought to you in part by Zendome's Orgonite, Karen's unique brand of orgone generators, ethically sourced, handmade, and double charged for maximum effect. Find out how orgone generators work and what they can do for you. Don't be fooled by imitations. Check out Karen's current selection, only available from her website, KarenHoltonHealthCoach.com, and on Facebook, facebook.com/Quantum Health Transformation. Enjoy the show.
I bring the new code, the map, the instructions, and the details of the story of how you get through the dark night of the soul. The dark night of the soul is a story of your last initiation in understanding that you are not a human being, but you are a beamy being, and your beamy being needs to be loved. Beamism, the code of I see Beam Me, teaches you, guides you, loves you, stands with you, listens to you, educates you into discovering your true self, the true I, the one that you know that you should be and feel. Each and every one of us carries the God code. I discovered a way of unleashing the God code. My name is Trevor iLesley. I'll see you on the other side. Take care.
Welcome back to the Quantum Guide Show. Today in episode 68, I'm very happy to introduce you to my special returning guest and friend, Trevor iLesley. Trevor is a teacher, messenger, master healer, and philosopher. About 20 years ago, a synchronistic event connected him deeply within his heart, and he discovered the message that he has come to share with the world. Trevor has appeared on many TV shows demonstrating his teachings and words of spiritual wisdom that had never before been written. He has helped thousands of people to reconnect to their soul's journey to find true love as he assists humanity in the transition from bad mind Earth to beautiful mind Earth. Trevor is here to change the perception of reality as he brings to Earth another vision of who we are, called Beamyism. He is here to inspire and teach others to maintain their frequencies themselves, not to do it for them. His job is to bring you closer to your own personal, inner, soulful presence, awakening the true I, the real you. Beamy philosophy will help you to find the true self, feel the true self, and be the true self as you awaken your inner calling. Trevor will fast track you to know yourself and to be the light of your soul, to help guide your soul out of the darkness that has been hidden by the layers of emotions that have kept you trapped in a prison without walls. Trevor will inspire you to value yourself and your journey, to undertake the achievement of your desired goal, to love who you are here in this realm. While you are separated from the source, you will lose your divine power. Trevor fills the void of separation, guiding you to become whole once again, so that you may understand that you are important and that your life has real meaning and purpose on a soul level. Hi, Trevor. Welcome back. How you doing today?
Do you know what? I'm doing really well. But after listening to you say that, there can be a lot of people where that all sounds impossible.
Mm-hmm.
When I just listen to that, because it's, you know, hearing it coming the other way sort of thing, it makes me realize, you know, how all of that really does seem impossible. And when you're going through that darkness, of course, the one thing that everyone will say is that they believe that they're always going to be like that forever, and that they'll never change. And that's the biggest fear. See, it's like when you're ill, you know, how long am I going to be ill for? Is it a week? Is it a month? Is it forever? Is it over? So I think listening to how that was spoken and redirected towards me, some of the things that I've discovered really do seem impossible. I mean, totally impossible. But you know what I love about what I discovered is the impossible became possible. And in that becoming possible, it just become natural. And so therefore there was this amazing awakening and feeling that felt like you're home. It feels like you found the vocabulary. It feels like you found the right relationship, which will be within yourself. And I think beaming just brings it into a streetwise wisdom that you can cope with whilst you're looking after 3 children and the husband's run off with the next door neighbor and the car won't start and all of these things, because they're all the things that we kind of go through. So the materialism of life is, okay, we've got this great thing with the spirituality that's going on, but do we have time for that? Do we understand it? Do we have to learn that language? But what I love about mine is just a normal guy. I'm a normal guy. And I discovered something in the breakdown. And the breakdown, depression, dark night of the soul, clinical, anything clinical, anything that's got that word on it, or chronic, that was the journey that I went on. But to actually find myself going through that journey and then discovering a whole new bag, it was like, oh my God, this is ridiculous. And if people knew the perception of who they are and the perception of reality and the power of their mind and the way that they use words against themselves, when Beamy teaches you to sort of reverse the whole thing. So basically what the human has ever said or done, Beamy is the complete opposite, because as I've always saying, that what is the problem with humanity? And I will say it's human. That is the problem, because we all think like humans, and humans will only get so far in the evolution of the species, because the word itself, the identity within itself, is a trap. You're a woman, I'm a man, whatever our job roles are, whether you're married or you're not, or you're engaged or you've got children or grandchildren, that determines the story of who you are. But in the breakdown, wow, I just think that we're looking at a world that's breaking down, and we're looking at a world that just doesn't know where anything is going to change. How's it gonna work for me? Where is this all going? And of course you get all of these fears, and Beamism teaches us to look at that fear as a journey that is impermanent. It only lasts for so long. And I guarantee anybody that's out there that whatever situation they found themselves, you know, whether it's their first time relationship and a heartbreak, you know, it's devastating. It's over. Life is finished. I won't be able to live anymore, you know, and all of these things. And we've always gotten through. Each and every time, we've always gotten through somehow. Maybe magic, maybe God, maybe I don't know what. But when people start to trust that energy, something happens there. It's like one of my children, she gets moved around from house to house because of renting. So when somebody wants to sell that, she's got to move again. And of course, that brings all the stress. And I say, it will happen. It will come. The right place will come. It happens every time. Do you trust me on that? And amongst all the, oh, what am I this? What am I that? It's a lot of what if, what if that don't? And that's how we've lived our lives. What if? And so therefore, the be me, the spiritual true understanding of the true I says it will come. The right one will always come. And it is so difficult, it seems at first, to rely on that as a truth, you know, to understand that, will it though? In whatever shape or form, will it? And it does. So for me, probably as you as well, when you get to that understanding that your journey is soul-led and spirit-led, which means your soul is connected to the world of spirit. Spirit is helping you to remember the soul's journey and to reconnect it up. And so therefore you become that one being on that one journey. And it's incredible, Karen, as you know, that when that human programming breaks down and you think life is over, it's not. Oh my God, it's not over. You know, I think most of the spiritual people, if not all of the spiritual people, at one point in their life, they went through that critical breakdown that says, well, you won't be needing that lot then. You know, we'll just get rid of this for you because you won't be needing that anymore. And you're trying to hold on. People have never been shown or sort of taught transformation. And I didn't think it was possible. But in that moment of sort of wanting to kill myself, that, many days, many months, many years, it seemed, and that was hard. But finding a way through and finding the true I, the real me. I mean, this real me knows so much more than the old me. I mean, the old me can't cope or catch up with what the new me is doing. It really is like that. I mean, that's what I would call the true bipolar. The true bipolar is in the material self. That's depressive. And then all of a sudden you're high as a kite and you can take on the world and everything's just great. That is that soulful spirit, true self, the true I, the intelligent consciousness that is now running the boat, and then we fall down again. And that's when you go back in. So even I, even when I talk to myself, I say, oh, that's Trevor speaking. Trevor's having a little rant, is he? And then my embicky side of me will say, you finished? Are you finished talking like that? Should we answer that question that you keep moaning about, And then your higher self is giving you that incredible answer. And you're in that place where you have to say, now remember, it's all in your mind. It's only all happening in there. And you have to say to yourself, oh yeah, I suppose you're right, really. Yeah, okay. And so from that communication level, you discover so much more about even just the words that we use, like love and appreciation and happiness and friendship and relationships and all of these things. The whole thing becomes a different game. It's a game changer. And that's what we're dealing with at this moment. Life is on a game changer. And I don't like the way the game is changing. And I think all of the awakened beings, all the people that are in the depression, they're the warriors. They are the saviors of this planet, and the meek shall inherit the earth. This is where it's at. This is so important, this job. It's beyond any responsibility that I ever thought. So people may look at us and think, okay, you're doing a podcast, you know, big deal. So what? Whatever. But as you know, and as I know, it's not what we did. It's the furthest point away from anything we've ever done. But we're at an age, you know, in our lifestyles and the materialism of growing older, but we're still in that modern and ahead of our time, and still challenging how they're trying to divide everything, even us old ones, away from ever understanding what the computer is all about. We're still there. We're still there. We're not going to give up in whatever way this is. And, you know, sometimes we say things, we don't know why we say things, especially when the higher self is speaking. But there is somebody out there that just hears that golden nugget, that one sentence that all of a sudden just strikes the body like a gong. A vibration is sent, a frequency is felt, and that can bring you into tears, tears of joy, tears of sadness, tears of regret, tears of happiness. It can bring so much in the way that we understand the perceptions of life and ourselves in life. So the awakening is not about being in that 5 sense realm. I'm not a human being, and that's taken me a long time to actually say that and mean it, and then say, yeah, but I'll tell you for why. If I can tell you for why, and I can explain the evidence of why, then you'll understand that the true energy of you, just to get you through life, is in the be me. So it's always about finding you, finding the be me. What is the be me? And of course, mine became this.
Wonderful, wonderful. I have to say, for those that are watching the show, we got a little treat at the end. I'm going to play just a very short clip that Trevor made. When I first heard it, I just had tears running down my eyes, because it just really was a soul-to-soul connection. And it was so beautiful. So we're going to, if I can, I'm going to attach that after the show for you folks. So hang on. I know you're interested in what Trevor has to say, but hang on to the very end to listen to that little clip. And I also wanted to say, it seems to me from what you're saying too, is that the human is a construct that's been fed to us, what it means to be human. Like you said, the dichotomy, male, female, black, white, rich, poor, all that business. None of that's true. And it's like cracking a nut open when our awareness starts to expand. And it's rather disturbing and involves a fair amount of grieving, letting go of the old notions, the old everything. And I also find that I go through the cycles over and over again. Like, for instance, when I first met you, Trevor, I was watching your programs on YouTube, and I was really feeling bad. I was going to quit all of this. I was going to stop trying to be a truth teller. And I felt that I wasn't very good at it, as I had mentioned to you before the show. And you inspired me. And of course, then I got to talk to you in person. And that was the exact push I needed to get over that hump, to keep going. And I've never looked back since. So I actually owe you a debt of gratitude. But I just wanted to say, I agree very much with what you're saying. Getting rid of the whole construct of what it means to be human, and then coming into something else. So it's like uncharted territory. It's like jumping out of a plane with a parachute for the very first time. And it takes, pardon the expression, big balls to continue with this kind of spiritual work. Yeah. And so I'm very grateful that you've done the work that you've done. We're also both grandparents, and I feel that it's time for me to synthesize my life, which I've which I've been able to do, and then share the wisdoms. Because another thing about the modern day and age is old people are not very well respected. It's kind of like they want to get rid of us.
Oh,
Do you have anything you want to say about that?
yes, I do. There's a lot going on with that. There's a lot going on with that. And how far do I go with that? Because here's the thing. That is the truth. And that's always been known throughout humanity, really. It's, kids hate their parents at a certain point in the journey, whether it's between 10 and 14 or 10 and 16 or whatever that is. I watch it with my grandchildren, and, they go for that kind of hatred thing that, parents are stupid, the grown-ups are stupid. And we've got to be really careful here, because when I'm looking at life now and I look what is there for that generation. I'm 62. I've just turned 62. So I'm in that 62. I'm on borrowed time, technically, in the program of a man, in a way. I'm on borrowed time. But it's how do I use that time? It's how do I think about that time? How do I feel in that time? And one of the things I've realized after, as you know, being in the world of fashion, and it's go, 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 and then finding myself now at an age where it's like, well, what is there for us then? And I thought to myself, there's nothing there. There's a massive gap missing of what do you do when you get to 55, 60, 65? What do you do? What, do you go bingo? Well, that's me out. Do you go dancing? Well, that again, that's going to be me out. So I'm finding this amazingly boring of what it's like to sort of, as you sort of get older, you probably can't be bothered to do anything. And I thought this would be the greatest thing. I think in the form of beamism or in any form of spirituality, I think as we get to a certain age, we should all head to that age. We should all head into that way of understanding. What have I just been through? What on earth had just happened the last 50 years? What? I don't know. I don't get it. And I'm glad at this moment that I found that wisdom and I found that understanding, because as I say to a lot of people, to spend 70, 80 years of your life and not know really what that life was all about, I think that's a real shame, but it's not our fault. I think it's the way the system has been made. I think dementia is a big form of this let's forget the past moments. And of course, you've got the medical side of it. And of course, you've got all these other bits and pieces, right? But I'm talking spiritually. It's like a rewind through the mind. It's almost like in that process of dying that your life flashes behind you. To me, that's dementia. It's where you're backtracking. It's almost like you're being emptied. But beamism inspired me to become empty. And that was the hardest thing that you was talking about. It's hard to let go of even a feeling that you're so committed to, and it's emotional, but you just can't let it go. And a prime example is this, when my children live, it's chaos. It's all noise, surrounded by kids, and it's just complete chaos. So I said to her, come down and spend a day or two with your dad and come and experience peacefulness. But I guarantee you this, you will be bored in the first day, because I said, when you've been so used to a lot of noise and then all of a sudden that noise is taken away, you don't recognize peacefulness, you recognize boredom. So therefore you can't wait to get back, and see the kids, can't wait to get back and see whoever, can't wait to get back to work. Why? It's because you're so connected to what all of that drama and feelings feed you with. You've been carrying them for 30, 40 years of your life. And then all of a sudden someone offers you peace and you don't know what to do with it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a use of words. Boredom, peaceful. What is boredom? Got nothing to do. What is peaceful? Well, there's nothing to do, but there's a lot going on. It's a totally different thing. I think a lot of people have got a lot of misconceptions now about what spirituality is.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and there's many people on this planet that have awakened to their true self of whatever information they bring, that's entirely theirs. And I think that's what's so beautiful about it. There is so many diverse new awakenings of consciousness. I think it's brilliant because I think that's how humanity should have been. There should have been individuality. Everyone is entitled to that because that's who they are. But again, we're fighting a system that doesn't want you to understand what individualism is.
Mm-hmm.
And so therefore, people are fighting for freedom, but you should be fighting for individualism because you're so authentic in design. And the real thing about it is that through me understanding the world of spirit, you don't want to get to that place where you say, shit, I just didn't do it, did I? You know, and I had that with beamism. I thought, I'm not going to do beamism. And then, of course, the higher self takes you to your deathbed. It takes you right to that point. You've got 10 minutes to live. And he's asking you, do you wish you'd done it now? You know, do you wish that you could live a life that didn't have anxiety? Do you wish that you could have lived a life where you were a little bit more understanding, maybe? A little bit more lovable? A little bit not so angry? It's all coming. It will happen. And that scared me. And so therefore, once I knew what the outcome was, which is death, right?
Mm-hmm.
Of this realm. Death of this realm is more behind that, but it's death of this realm. And you have to choose. You've got to make that decision because the only thing that matters, it doesn't matter if I've got a message that I want to tell the world about. It's whether or not I feel comfortable in the last 10 minutes of my life. Did I do as much as I could do? Did I do the best that I could have done? Or am I going to sit there and my spirit guide says to me, why didn't you do it? And you just say, well, I was bored with it. Or, well, I was wondering what people was going to say. Or, well, I had a bit of fear. And your soul and your spirit's going to look at you and go, you bloody idiot.
Mm-hmm.
You absolute idiot. You know, so I had a big responsibility of that because no one's got beamism. I'm the only one. So, yes, that was a big responsibility to sort of say, it doesn't matter who gets to hear it. It's whether or not I sort of say to myself, well, I'll put it out.
Mm-hmm.
And that's about as good as I do. So getting back to you, you know, yes, it does seem like that. We don't know how it's happening. But I know as a trigger that we lay the pathway for other people to advance from our pathway.
Mm-hmm.
If I go back, you know, 20 years ago, 2004, when I was on the top, one of the top psychics in the UK, it was the first time a live TV show about psychics and mediums had ever gone out in the entirety of the history of humanity. And this was the first time. So we made history. Now, was it about gaining people and getting an audience? Or was it starting something that could never have been started before? But now it's been started. So once that's now been started, that enables the rest of the people to go with it or open up with it or advance it or evolve from it. And that's all we're doing here. So our little piece of the human plan is in action, because someone's hearing it. Someone's hearing, you know, what I say. And I remember getting on a train once, seeing Sadhguru, the doors closed, train was packed. And I'm hanging on the train, you know, wobbling. There's a woman right there in front of me wobbling. And she just looked at me and went, "You're Trevor iLesley, aren't you?" And I went, "Yeah." She went, "I watch your YouTubes all the time." And I just thought, there you are. I'm just on a train. I'm just the other end of town. And someone has recognized me and learnt from it and understood it. So never ever think that nothing's happening out there, because for us to awaken, that means a huge amount has happened, a huge amount of a pebble hits the pond and it ripples out. And it ripples and it ripples and it ripples, and the ripples don't stop. They keep on rippling. And that is how evolution is supposed to have happened before the darkness that is running this planet cut that. So we're here to reignite. A lot of people are reigniting because their own soul has remembered something that they have forgotten. And just these little conversations of two normal people, wasn't doing this in the first place. Now we're doing it. Now it feels right. It feels comfortable. We both love it. We do it because we love it. We don't care what comes from it. We just do it because we love it, because that's what the soul wants to do. So we can't stop that. I couldn't stop this if I tried. And trust me, Karen, I have tried so many times, and I find myself right back to it. And a little voice will go, "Did you enjoy your little holiday? Should we get back down to work? Got work to do." And that's what I love about the higher self, because it's direct. That's the higher self. The human is differing. It's all over the place. It's confused with many, many words. But the higher self, so direct. It's cutting. And that's the hardest bit when you do transform, that it is that cutting.
Yeah, I agree 100%. You know, I didn't want to, I mean, I'm 66. So, I mean, yeah, I might have 15 or 20 years left. I don't know. I might be gone tomorrow. But in the meantime, I have this terrific sense of peace, knowing that I reached out and became more than what I was. That I've been a good friend to people, that I've been the best influence I could be to my kids. And that spills off to grandchildren and great grandchildren. And this is how we change the world. And, you know, I love what I do. Sometimes I wonder if I might be able to do it better. And then there's always, you know, always growth. There's growth until probably after you die too, but up till that point. But, you know, old people are being warehoused into these institutions, all drugged up, bad food, lifetime of bad food, can't think straight. And it's a horrible, horrible thing that we do to our elders, because the elders are there to teach the younger ones. When the children are ready, you know, it might not be till they're 30 or 40, but then they start to listen. Children are so wonderfully influenced by grandparents. We have a patience and a love and an understanding that their own parents don't have, and we're meant to work together. Anyway, I didn't mean to take over everything here.
No,
I just wanted to
perfect.
validate everything you're saying, and we don't want to. Life is a gift, and we don't want to squander it. And when we get older, especially over 60, I'm telling you, the days whiz by, the weeks whiz by, the months, the years, they whiz by, and we're really conscious that we have a limited space to do the best work that we can. And so that's one of the wonderful things about your work. You know, every time I have you on the show, it just, the time just zips. We still have a few minutes. Like we have about 10 minutes, Trevor. But I'm wondering if you can talk a little bit about this guided meditation, because when you sent it to me and I listened to it, it totally touched my soul. Wow. And it's it's an amazing thing. So what can you tell us a little bit about your process and how you made the clip, or how you came up with it, or what are your hopes about your, I would call it a guided meditation, because it instantly put me into that real soulful, peaceful space.
Okay. Well, you're the first one that received it, so that's,
Thank
you know,
you.
hot off the press. You know, because I was playing around with it, I'm hearing it over and over, probably for a week. And it's one of them things. What we've got with humans is there's a belief that says, oh, I can't do that. No, I won't try that. No, definitely, no, I can't do that. I think spiritual nature of a being is that if you got to get something done, then we can try doing that. And I love impressing myself. I don't love impressing other people. It doesn't matter. But what I love about saying being a human being is that what are you capable of? What can you do that you've never tried? So this music thing was a something that I thought, well, I'll have a go. So it was my birthday last week. Someone bought me a little MIDI keyboard. So there it is. Didn't have one before. So I thought, I'll have a go. And that one that you people will listen to, that's only my second attempt to do it. But what I love about it, it's the same with the speaking. It's the same with what I'm finding now with music. It's almost as if to say, okay, this is a different language that I'm trying to learn. But what is music is that you feel your way through making music. And that's what I found. And it's the same with speaking from the higher self. It feels the words. It speaks the truth of the words. It doesn't beat around the bush. It's as I said, it's hard hitting. It speaks the truth. Now that clip, I swear on my life, it's that none of that's edited, none of that's scripted. That was literally, I did the music, pressed a load of buttons, played with it, got the beats right, and wow, it just felt, oh my God, you know. And sometimes I must admit, I sort of go into spirit and go, if anyone wants to help me with this, please feel free, you know, because got a lot of work to do here. And so therefore, I have a sense of doing that. But I'm discovering something more of something that I couldn't do last week. So next month's going to be even greater. But when I spoke, I had to step back, and it blew me away. Because I didn't know what I was going to speak about. I never know what I'm speaking about. And that's what I love. I love that, because far too many people try to form a communication or a conversation in their head before they're meeting their ex-husband or before they're going anywhere. Whereas I love to deal with it at that moment. So if I've got an argument with someone, I don't want to carry that argument for 2 weeks. I deal with that argument when I'm eating or whoever. I'll deal with it in any moment. But other than that, I don't deal with anything. So putting my focus into that music, I put everything into that. And it's been absolutely amazing. So I don't believe in the human programming that says, well, I can't do that. Or you can't do that. You'll never achieve that. So much self-doubt. I was speaking to someone the other day, and it worked out that they are a person that says, yeah, but what if? Yeah, but what if this happens? Yeah, but what if that happens? And I say, yeah, but what if it don't? You've got 20 ifs. And I can just say, yeah, but what if it don't? Why do you put all them ifs there? Because I said to them, I guarantee you, because you've been putting them what ifs there, you've really put the handbrake on your life. Because a spiritual journey or a beamy journey is there is no what ifs. I'll just do it and I'll try it and then I'll see what if. But a
Mhm.
what if is not just going on in my head. I've already created something. So if there's a what if, I will look at that music and go, but what if I did that? What if I put that? But it's not a negative. And I see so many people through the darkness educating humanity to believe it's useless. It's worthless. It can't have ability. It definitely can't have a gift. And it will never know itself. And it's a real shame. Again, it's a real shame. So that's the moral of it. I had a go and I'm enjoying it. And I think it works. You said it worked. So I'll see what people think about it. But again, I'm not too interested. But what I love is that I've done something that I've never done before on that manner or in that way. And I just love that. And I think that's what it means to be a human being, to try everything, to experience. And I think from the darkness point of view, we're being penned in, we're being shut at home, we're lost our freedom. And that is the worst place we want to find ourselves, because that will already stop us from expressing and experiencing the soul's journey. So in some respects, a lot of the soul's journey has been stopped, it's been halted. So that's the problem, real problem. And that's for the older people. Yeah, we're a waste of space now. They're going to look at it as that we're a waste of space. And you know, in the future, they're going to offer us euphemism to take the choice of whether or not you really want to be a burden on your family. Why don't you just, it's all planned. It's scary. The future is really scary. The best I've got at the moment is just understanding me in it. And that is priceless.
It sure is. It sure is. And you know, I can't think of another way to live now that I live this way. This year, for the very first time, I started a food garden from seed, and it actually snowed yesterday, so it still can't go outside yet. But my dining room is just lined with all these little pots of all these little vegetables and things that I've started. Never done it before. And I watch YouTube videos and stuff like that. Next week they can start going outside, I hope. But I'm thrilled to bits. And I got to say, you know, I can take advantage of, and that's another gift you get from being old. You've been through all kinds of trials in your life. You can look back at things you've been through that were way worse than what you're going through now. And so I make best use of my time. So my time, you know, being locked in and stuff, it gives me tons of time without distractions to do the research I want to do, to work on my shows, to work on my podcast, to start a garden, not to mention sitting and doing nothing, being in touch with my higher spirit. It's the most beautiful experience, and it's not boring at all. It's amazing. And so I think it's really important. We've just got a couple minutes left, Trevor. Do you want to, do you have any closing comments you want to make? Any message that you have for the viewers today? And everybody hang in there, because I'm going to play that clip for you as soon as we say goodbye.
Yeah, I mean, if people want to come through to me, and you know, I do offer the service of a one-to-one. You can find that at the end of each video on my YouTube channel. Which is just obviously my name. The YouTube channel is everything from depression right through the journey of the dark night of the soul, right through into the true self, the true I, understanding reality, healing. So it's new. My stuff is all new, and that's what I love about it. So if people feel that they're lost, or they've understood what it is that I'm saying, once you understand that human programming, there's only so many things in that human programming that you can do. But when you step out of that human programming, oh my God, the potential is just, it is endless of where you want to take yourself, or what you want to experience is crazy. So you know, everything gets opened, as you know. So yeah, other than that, I've really enjoyed our little chat today. And as you say, it's gone within 5 minutes. Life will seem like that as well. So It's important that I've met you. It's important you've met me. It's important whoever listens to it, because we're only here for a little while. So we have to make the voice count, because the voice is the gift.
Thank you so much, Trevor. Thank you for being on the show. Thank you to the viewers for joining us today. All the links will be in the description below, and don't go anywhere. You want to hear this beautiful, beautiful, inspiring message. Grab a Kleenex from Trevor iLesley. Bye-bye, everybody.
It's time. It's time for you. It's your time. Understanding your own intelligence, to respect yourself, to love, to care for, to listen to. It is you that you wait for, inside of you, of who you are. The being that is in pain is the human being, but it's not who you are. And even though you are injured, broken, and let down, it's human. It's time to forget being human. It's time to remember the greatness, the gift, and the beauty of the real you. And the real you is intelligent consciousness, creating a picture, a journey, an epic story, and it's yours. The world of human has got you to believe in their story. Your soul wants you to know the truth about who you are, understanding your body, your mind, and your energy. This is the power, this is your gift, and that is your true self. And understanding the true self is the intelligence, the authenticity. You are a soul of souls. Inside of you is an incredible library, an incredible teacher. That teacher wants to speak with you. It wants you to listen. You have many why questions. These why questions can be answered when you understand the be me, your body, your mind, and your essence. 3 combinations that make up the whole. Understanding that you are whole, you understand this, that you need not be in so much pain. Love comes when you start to heal the darkness. Healing the darkness releases the grip on love. Once you understand love, you will understand naturalness. This is Be Me. My name is Trevor iLesley. I'll see you on the other side. Take care.
Thank you for joining us for the Quantum Guide Show. Become the change you wish to see in the world. Subscribe to Karen's YouTube channel, click the like button, and share this show with your friends. Check out Karen's website at KarenHoltonHealthCoach.com. All the links are available in the description box below. Until the next time, keep up the good work.
Endlessness puts all my inner strife to rest. For time gives birth to hurriedness. It all makes sense, well, more or less. And the sages put me to their test. With heart and soul I do my best to find the answers to my quest. I wonder and I must confess, I don't know where it comes from, but I know it's okay. If this is all an illusion, then I'm willing to play. It's okay.